I was driving to my house, and the Lord gave me this thought. It was like an impression in my mind. He said, listen, Jerry, we need to do something special in order to get the cycles of evangelism established and ongoing without stopping. A challenge for the church. Perhaps you should cast a challenge to the church, and you should tell them that we should get $50,000 so that we can do the cycle ongoingly for the next 5 years. Brother Wayne approached me and he said, listen, Pastor, I want to know if there is something, a vision that you have, or something very specific to your heart that you have. Because I want to give. He said, I don't have a lot of money, but I want to give, and I want to give specifically to that vision, whatever is in your heart. And I had not thought about sharing that with anybody. Obviously, I'm still just chewing on this. It just happened last night, and I said, well, you know what? It's interesting that you asked. By the way, I might have mentioned the mortgage, because that's something that we still need to keep very present. And so I might have mentioned the mortgage, but then I said, listen, last night I was driving home and I just told him the story, and I felt that this is something I needed to do. And so he looked at me and he said, Pastor, if you feed them, they will give. And I believe you're feeding them. And so I left that meeting with that in my heart. Last board meeting, I presented the project to the church, to the board meeting, to the leaders. I presented whatever I thought was my vision. I sat down, I did numbers, and I put some calculations, and I presented it to the board. Everybody was very positive. Everybody was excited. The only thing that happened is they started breaking apart my numbers. 50,000 is not enough. 50,000 is not enough to get our church organized in such a way that for the next 5 years, we can run our cycles of evangelism without a stop and without a concern. Just move forward, just go for 5 years, no stopping. I went home, I did the numbers again. The number was big. It was more than double. Last night we had a meeting here in the fellowship hall. And basically the conclusion of that meeting is, if the Lord has called us to do this as a church, we're going to go all the way with this. Brothers and sisters, I wish you would have been there. I wish you would have been there, okay? Because only the Holy Spirit can do what happened on that meeting, okay? We're looking at a 5-year evangelism plan, and we would like for the church to adopt this plan. When I'm done doing this presentation, I would like for somebody to make a motion that we accept the vision. If we do that for 5 years, that's going to be right here. This is the figure, $111,250. Okay, $111,250. Last night I presented this to the board. The response was, we will go big. We will go all the way. The Lord is going to bless us. The Lord is going to provide what we need. The Lord is moving at the High Seventh Adventist Church, and it's going to happen by His grace in the name of Jesus Christ. So I made a pledge. I made a pledge of $1,000. I said, $1,000 to this fund so we can get started right now. Last night, the board immediately began to fall in place. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. We ended up with $11,500 pledges last night. Okay, that represents 10%, or about 10% of the amount that we're wanting to collect. Just last night, just between the leaders of the church. Please understand something. We're not asking you to donate while we sit back and watch. We took the first step. This morning I woke up and I had a text, and somebody said, you can add 3,000 more to those. So that is 14,500, and my brother just said 1,000, that's 15,500 right now, just as we speak, okay? So I want you to please be aware of what is happening, how the Lord is moving. We will have $111,000, $250. Another thing I want to say, we still want to pay our mortgage. We still want to pay our mortgage. But what you're going to see, hopefully, is the following. The Lord is going to give us that amount. There is no question in my mind. I already saw Him moving, and people are starting to feel in their heart that they need to donate. So I know He's going to do this. This is not my idea. The Lord is driving this, and He will make sure that we get the money, one way or another. So I don't want to be doing this again next year. I don't want to do it in 2 years. I don't want to do it in 3 years. I don't want to do it in 4 years. I don't want to do it in 5 years. You see how this works? We're going to do it this year. After these, we can focus on our mortgage. Please understand that. The Lord will give us freedom from our mortgage payments so we can do everything we haven't been able to do. Listen, if 100 people in here donates $2,000 over a period of 1 year, we already had $200,000 paid on the mortgage. And all you had to do was put away $100 a month or something like that. I haven't done the math on that, but you can do the math.
Hello everybody and happy Sabbath. Welcome to the Heights Seventh-day Adventist Church. As always, we are blessed to have you and to be able to welcome you into this place of worship. May the presence of the Lord will be with each one of you. Today, we're very happy to have with us our friends and family from the Thunderbird Academy in Arizona. They have come to share their talents in the blessing of worship here throughout the program today. And so we want to welcome them, and we're very thankful that they have chosen the Heights to come and have their program and share their talents as we worship God together. I also want to have a conversation with the church today about a very important subject. On April 20th, 2024, I stood in front of this church to share the powerful miracle that God had already begun to do as we began to build our 5-year plan. I shared of how the church came together behind the project. Everybody that was on the board, as we discussed the project, as we discussed the plans, how they supported everything that we proposed. We came together as a team. We supported not only with our hearts and desires, but also we pledged that we will do this and that we will contribute to the fund that we were trying to build. The goal was $111,250. The board that same night, it was a Friday evening, got together and they came up with almost 10% or more of the amount of money. On April 20th, I stood in front of the church and I casted the challenge. The church responded in that very Sabbath. We had in pledges, plus what the board had given, a little over $40,000, close to $50,000 actually. And so from there, we began to collect the different funds and to build the 5-year project. We have already started to implement the project with some of the guests that we have brought and some of the things that have happened here at the church already since last year. And so the Lord has been blessing tremendously. Today, I want us to have a special prayer and take a special time to thank God because we have been able to achieve our goal. We currently have the entire amount of money. A lot of you have been very faithful, and only God is going to be able to reward you. It's been a blessing to be part of a church that is so cooperative, where we can come together and work together for these goals. Now, on April 20, I also stood in front of the church and I said the following. Once we finish our 5-year plan, our next goal is going to be the mortgage. And I want to encourage you today. Sister Carmen is going to be presenting a plan. She is the head of the financial committee of the church. And one of her jobs is to find ways in which the church can improve financially. And so she has identified a way by which we can contribute together, come together, and to be able to help us pay this mortgage. I want you to know that our mortgage normally every month, it ranges a little above $7,000. We have to make these payments every month. And the Lord has been tremendously good to us. He has provided the means through your efforts and all of us working together to be able to pay this mortgage monthly. However, those are $7,000 or more that are going to just this mortgage that we could be using in ministry. And so in order for us to release ourselves from this burden, and I believe it's God's will that we do, and I believe He's going to help us, we want to present a plan for you. And we want to call everybody in the church to please come together. Remember, if we all come together, we will be able to tackle this one. We will be able to finish with this mortgage. We will be able to use all this money for ministry, which is what God will want us to do. So please consider this challenge. I myself will be making my own pledges and I will be contributing to this goal. Sister Carmen is going to be addressing the church and sharing the details of how this can happen and how we can all work together in order to do that. There is one thing I do want to say about this. I said it on April 20th concerning the 5-year plan, and I'm going to say it again. We need what you are already doing. We're not asking you to move what you are giving already into a different area. We're asking to do a little extra to be able to contribute to this fund. Remember, we still have to pay all of our bills. We still have to do all the different things that we are able to do because of your giving. And so as we discuss these, we're asking you to go just a little bit farther, okay? May the Lord bless you. I want to thank you for your faithfulness, for everything you do. And those of you who are attending here today, please consider in your heart, if you have not gotten involved in any of the things that we're doing, to please becoming part of our family. God bless you. Have a wonderful Sabbath day.